For most fans, the announcement that My Little Pony would end was really shocking news. The series, which premiered in 2010, conquered a fanbase that really loves the show. And without a doubt, among its 9 seasons, it was praised for its stories, characters, and backgrounds. So why did it had to end? Stick to the end of this video to find out. Hey beautiful people, I am Julie, and today we're finally going to understand the true reason why My Little Pony Friendship is Magic came to an end. The truth is that Friendship is Magic was just an oasis in the middle of the desert. Hasbro was getting herself out of the failure that was G3.5. And just between us, even though that until this moment the toys were a success, the cartoon wasn't that remarkable. The first generation was created thinking exactly in the theme of developing a TV series to sell toys. And there came the first flop, the second season, that didn't have an impact to the community and nowadays is practically forgotten. And I bet a lot of people watching this video didn't even know about it. And then came the third generation. It really struggled and it came right in a lot of aspects but wrong in some others. Sold a lot of toys but that was it. Then they did really bad with generation 3.5, which is hated among almost all toy collectors. And suddenly arrived a really great show with a good story, remarkable characters, and mixed everything that we knew about My Little Pony but with a touch of magic. And this was a recipe for success. Not a lot of shows like My Little Pony that did 9 seasons constantly. And making a quick math, 221 episodes, and just for funs, that sums up to 4,862 episodes, over 81 hours of the show. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was more than just a kids cartoon. It was a cultural phenomenon that reunited people from all ages around the world. Throughout its 9 seasons, the show spoke about big variety of themes, such as the importance of friendship and tolerance, even the necessity of accept the differences, and face the challenges with bravery and determination. These messages resonated with the public in a profound and deep form, making the show a mark of contemporary pop culture. But then, if it was all good, with a lot of success, why did it end? Well, according to the producers and creators of the show, they decided to end My Little Pony Friendship is Magic because they felt that the story had reached its natural point of closure, and then because they wanted to give the characters a proper ending, and then at the same time maintain the integrity of the narrative. They opted to cancel the series. But have it really ended? We have a lot of unsolved stuff in the show. For starters, I think I speak by all fans that we always were curious about how would Equestria's future be. But giving just some minutes of an episode about that and calling it a day is messed up. Not to mention all characters that were introduced by a certain promise of development and felt in the forgotten void. Like Flash Sentry, that looked like he had a future with Twilight but ended up appearing for milliseconds in the show, without forgetting Equestria girls of course, and Flurry Heart herself, the genetic alicorn, and uncountable other characters. Besides, we still have the question to answer, like where did Celestia and Luna came from? How did they become alicorns? Why we have characters from other species and where did it came from? These will be just theories, really. With the passing of years, the team behind the show changed too, and a lot of the original staff that helped to create the world of My Little Pony decided to move on to new projects. And this change of team influenced the decision to end the series. And this one doesn't have a lot to talk about. This change is common, but also not 100% justifies the end of the show. Let's be real, there were so much talented fans all around, without a doubt would gladly help to keep the show going on. And it gets even more sad when we see that they abandoned the show to focus on new generation. Nothing against it, but G5 revolves around the idea of a cartoon to sell toys, and that made fans really mad. And the fact that the new producers really don't care about what they are showing, it's clear to see. We passed from a show that talked about acceptation and challenges and moral questions to a show that talks about recycling in more than one episode. And I think the worst of all is seeing G5 going back to the characters of the last generation. I mean, they brought up Discord back and Spike, and that's clearly a last brief to try to bring old back fans, at least a little fraction of them. This choice of bringing back old foes trying to reference the old show also indicates a little of regret by canceling the old Friendship is Magic. You can clearly see it, since they are constantly in a search that feeling of nostalgia, with the new episodes in the 5th generation generation. So what about launching G6 and keeping Friendship is Magic plot going on, huh? Maybe? But really, if we think about it, we didn't have a concrete reason to the end of the series, not a single problem. Just really the sensation that the cycle needed to end. And that's alright, it's life, get over it. Someday G4 would come to an end and give place to a newer generation. That was sure thing since the beginning of the show, since My Little Pony is a generation series. And we're in the 5th already. It happened in the past and surely it will probably happen again. I hope. There's almost 40 years of history, with ups and downs, worthy a Hollywood film, and for sure the 4th generation of My Little Pony would be missed. But I have complained enough. Friendship is Magic already ended. Sadly, there is no going back. And of course, like everything, this new show does have still positive points. I like that they explore the fact that it's a direct continuation to the 4th season, and those direct references to bring a good nostalgia. And for sure, we can expect some good things that still will come to this show from the next episodes. So even though we got that the 4th generation still had a lot to offer, and it really had, we have to acknowledge the new one with an open mind, because we can be surprised someday with a good show, as good as Friendship Magic was. And who knows what the future awaits from the ponies of Equestria. Only the time will tell. How many seasons do you think that Friendship is Magic deserved? Tell me all about it in the comment section down below. And if you agree with this video, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching this video till here, and hasta la vista!